Hello and welcome to the HeliosBlog. My name is Helios, here for another reaction video. Today, HasanAbi says there is no war on boys. Let's get into it.
The reason she's alone is because she's difficult.
Women are not accepting the bare minimum.
Women fuck men they respect.
All the women who say things like, I'm strong, independent, I don't need no man, like, y'all impress me.
Women just gaslight each other and say what they want to hear.
Hey mates, we're doing a video today. The left has declared a war on boys. That's right.
Is a war on us.
Not on
Wow.
racists.
No. On boys.
Terrible. Yeah. There's totally no agenda against men, guys. Totally no agenda against men and boys. Guys, guaranteed. No, it's all a lie. We actually live in an oppressive patriarchy. Didn't you know?
Alexa, you funny. You fucking funny, mate. On races, because, like, we're racist. Is right. Fucking hell. Nice. The boys are back.
Yeah, it's even worse.
That's our whole channel.
There's a war on boys. So I thought maybe today we can find out who's doing this war and why.
Wow. Yeah, Alex, I'd love to find that out. Yeah, fucking hell.
Boys, 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 boys.
The war on boys.
This is terrifying. I didn't know there was a war on boys.
Being a normal boy is a serious liability in today's classroom. Boys tend to be disorganized and restless. Some have even been known to be noisy and hard to manage. Sound like any boy you know?
I wonder if the viewers of PragerU just know a lot of boys. It's just like,
Starting right away with the ad hominems. Attacking your opponent's character. Yeah, that's great.
this is like, hey, sound like any boys you know? I know you guys know lots of young boys.
You're crazy, right? You're noisy.
But increasingly, our schools have little patience for what only a couple of decades ago would have been described as boyishness.
What is this school?
Dude, why does it look like this student of Islam? We are all children in the eyes of Allah.
It looks that there looks like a church. But anyway, again, they're just avoiding the argument right here. So basically, in 2022 or 2023 rather, the idea is if you're a boy, that's not good, right? And what's the point? Things that are natural to boys are, pushed down, and things that are natural to girls are promoted, such as, peace, love, and kumbaya. But anyway, that's not okay. Let's continue.
Ming Dynasty School. Ming Dynasty School for noisy boys.
But he's a student of Islam, but he's going to a Chinese school.
Are you a boy that wears a helicopter hat and goes to a big dynasty school? Well, you're under attack.
Haha, so funny, such a non-disingenuous argument, so great. What is this even? Misrepresenting the argument to make it easy to attack, or yeah, something like this. All right, let's hit the shilling. Hit the sub, hit the like, hit all for notifications, drop me a donation like Hunter M, Adrian R, Tom M, and Bobby. Shout outs to him. Most recent Patreon subscriber, thank you. Go buy my books at bit.ly/heliosbooks. Shout outs to Curry Kid, most recent purchaser of Strategist Guide to Seduction. Thank you. My Patreon can be found at patreon.com/theheliosblog. Share this video. Support me on my podcast by clicking the description link and just scroll down to support the show. All right, guys. Shilling is done. Let's continue.
Here are 4 reforms that would make a very good start. 1, turn boys into readers.
I'm so glad there's finally a YouTube channel brave enough to say, teach boys to read. Everyone's been ignoring that.
You're obviously being sarcastic, but I can't read, Alexa.
Oh, that's true.
So
That's true.
I feel like if there's a boy here you've forgotten about.
I mean, in 2023, with TikTok and all this, a lot of people aren't reading at all. So I think this is just good advice for everybody in general. Like, reading is actually very good. Promotes empathy. It especially for women, because women have a lot of trouble putting themselves in other people's shoes. So women especially need to do more reading. And yeah, reading is very, very good. It teaches you to focus, stimulates your imagination. All of this is very good. Helps with your creativity. Okay. And also helps your writing ability too.
Sound it out.
Turn boyus to...
There's a war on you right now, Alex.
Boys whose eyes glaze over if forced to read Little House on the Prairie may be riveted by the Guinness Book of Records.
I just think it is absolutely fucking ridiculous that this is, like, in order to show that this is a boy and not a man, they gave her, like, what is it, like a dunce cap? Is that what it's called? Don't yell at me. I don't know if that's, like, an ableist term or some shit. Now that we started talking about ableism, I feel like everyone is on high alert.
Yeah. The wokey stuff. But anyway, again, it's just misrepresenting the argument. Like, straw man.
Like a propeller hat is...
Basically, they're raising boys to be crappier girls. That's the problem, right? You need to be more communicative. You need to be more emotional. You need to be, more like a girl. You need to be more obedient. You need to be more, right? And all of this teaches men that what men are like is bad and what girls are like is good. And then it turns out later that if you actually listen and actually allow yourself to be indoctrinated, then what? Then girls aren't attracted to you. Girls don't want to marry you. Society treats you like garbage because you're not a real man. You don't stand up for yourself. You don't fight. You become a useful, feminized beta male. Congratulations.
Bro, you called my aunt a slur? What the fuck? Wait, what?
Cool.
A boy is just born and he's like, I love the Guinness Book of World Records. It's in my blood.
It's not just boys. If you just pick more interesting material, it benefits both people. But it's weird to phrase this like it's on purpose and it's a war specifically targeting boys. I guess
especially in a country that has like such a shit education system. It's so funny to be like, no, it's the boys that are getting punished. It's like, nah, I'm pretty sure your whole country's out. Like,
your whole country is so dumb.
If you're looking for suggestions for books that have proved irresistible to boys, go to guysread.com.
Guys read.
Disaster.
What the
fuck? It's porn. It's porn. Guys Read is a web-based literacy program.
Our mission is to make some noise for boys. That's funny. That's our mission as boy as well.
Whoa, these books sound great. The Stinky Cheese Man.
The true story of the Three Little Pigs. I love they're like setting them up for conspiracy theories at a young age. It's like we've all heard of the Three Little Pigs, but actually behind the scenes.
Bro, Alexa went with something so aggressive here and thought he could sneak it past us. My man went with the V for Vendetta Guy Fawkes ass fucking chin strap, whatever that thing is, and then he made it pointy.
I don't understand. This is supposed to be funny? Oh, all right. Okay.
Can't actually blow down a house made out of straw. There must have been...
Is this supposed to be entertaining? Because this is a disaster. Like, I'm very bored by this. All right, let's continue.
Loved science fiction, pirates, and battles. Well, an alarmed teacher summoned his parents to school to discuss the picture the 8-year-old had drawn.
An 8-year-old draw this? That's awesome. So hard to draw silhouettes like that. It's actually really difficult.
I've seen this a lot with conservatives. They love to just make up stories. It's like you have a drunk mate that just says...
No, this doesn't sound like a made-up story. It's very plausible, right? Effectively, what is the story? The story is, oh, you're a boy and you like pirates and you've drawn swords and guns and stuff? Oh, we can't have that at school. You know, that's horrible. It's just like, come on.
There's something. You're like, how are you meant to argue with this? You've made up an example, and I've been to school. I have multiple younger siblings. No one ever called anyone out for drawing a picture of someone. I feel like if you drew ISIS beheading people, maybe the teachers would have a little bit of a problem. But
or maybe you drew a picture of someone getting shot, and like the person getting shot was you, and the person shooting was like your dad,
or you shooting the teacher or something and said, "I want to do this December 9th." I just don't believe this. I don't think this is true.
Which included several decapitated heads.
It was ISIS.
This boy just tried to draw a normal picture of ISIS, and that's why boys are falling behind, because teachers nowadays want to stop them from
joining ISIS.
Yeah, from joining ISIS.
If boys are constantly subject to disapproval for their interests and enthusiasms, they're likely to become disengaged and lag further behind.
Indeed, this is... And anyone, right? Like, imagine growing up in school and everyone ever tells you, you need to be nicer, you need to be more emotional, you need to be more communicative, you need to be, you know, basically you need to act like a girl as a boy. Meanwhile, you want to do something else. Well, obviously that's going to have negative impact, right?
Their interest and enthusiasms in this example is beheading people. It's just such a good conservative thing. It's like, boys are boys. They just want to go to war and kill people. And you want to stop them?
Zero out, zero tolerance. Boys are nearly 5 times as likely to be expelled from preschool as girls. And in grades K through 12, boys account for nearly 70% of suspensions.
Yeah, and there's a reason for this. And the reason is actually obvious. It's because the way that boys and men in general express, you know, arguments is men are more likely to physically express things. So like, you know, they'll punch each other, they'll kick each other, they'll throw each other around, they'll, you know, that sort of thing. Things that can cause injuries, which then people, you know, they can sue for that. And so, you know, these schools don't want to be sued, and so that is banned. But what's not banned is talking behind their back, spreading rumors, taking videos of them and posting it online, all that stuff, like how girls are mean to each other. That's allowed. And so what happens? Well, what happens is the boys get punished for being mean as boys, but the girls don't get punished for being mean as girls. And so doubly bad, right?
Claiming that that's boys being oppressed is insane. What it actually is proof of is that girls have much more discipline. They're forced to do things a lot more.
No, they don't have more discipline. Although, girls do tend to be more obedient. They tend to be more agreeable, just by the Big 5 personality test. But I'm not sure it's good to teach boys to be more agreeable. Though, you do need to teach boys discipline, because discipline is the most important thing for success in life, so...
More. Boys are a lot freer to do the stuff that gets into trouble. Girls.
The irony, of course, is that this is, I think, probably the only aspect where PragerU, which is like cutting a much larger narrative about how men are under attack, are obviously exaggerating, but technically they're not wrong. That boys do have a worse, boys do have an education problem for sure.
So Hasan is so afraid of upsetting his wokey audience that he is tiptoeing around. How often have you heard Hasan tiptoe around?
I don't know about being expelled from preschool. That seems fucking insane, but like they are, once again, taking something that is truthful and then stretching it out to areas where it's not real or valid. But yes, and technically Alexa already said it correctly that like America has a overall education problem, but there's certainly, the way that our education structure works, there certainly is worse outcomes for boys and men, and there's not really too much being done to fix it.
Are like programmed to not break any rules. From a really young age.
They're proving a freedom of the boys. Like when we would wag school non-stop, and it didn't even cross our minds as being a problem. But then you speak to girls and like, no, never wagged school. Never did any of that.
Or just like fucking boys were like jumping out of the window. Some of our friends were like throwing poo putting poo in the oven at food tech.
Yeah,
like, a girl doesn't do that.
And
like
feeding it to girls in our class.
Hardly a week goes by without a news story about a young boy running afoul of a school's zero tolerance policy.
There are news stories about someone getting suspended.
I don't believe that.
That
When there's a school shooting every single day, I don't believe they're like, and someone did a swear, and he survived, and now he's alive.
Josh Welsh, age 7, was recently sent home from his Maryland school for nibbling off the corners of a strawberry Pop-Tart into the shape of a gun.
I've done that so many times. I've done that so many times with sayos and different things. Never got in trouble. I was telling you this story. I brought a red belly black snake to...
So again, maybe the rules in Australia are different, but certainly in the United States, that sort of thing could happen. Zero tolerance. Yeah, what's that teaching, boys? It's like police state. Anyway.
School, and I did not get in trouble. I could have killed my whole class with the snake. Nothing.
That's like an Australian version of school shooting, dude. That's the Australian school killing, dude. What the fuck? Yo!
Teacher was just like, oh, I should take this from Alex.
Yeah.
I shouldn't let him have the snake.
What I just hate is they just bring up these like weird anecdotes because like this could have happened, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Like some teacher overreacted to some kid making a gun out of a Pop-Tart. But they like to claim that it's like this far-reaching, overriding thing where it's just like, boys aren't even allowed to eat biscuits anymore. This one teacher actually controls every single school in America.
It's also worrying because you can understand...
That's a logical fallacy. That's called anecdotal.
If you're a teacher in America where kids
also
come to
straw man
and shoot people, you would constantly be on edge and being like, who's gonna do it, who's gonna do it? And this kid's fucking nibbling little clues and making little guns and pointing at kids. You'd be like,
I can either expel you or kill you in like 2 years time when you come and shoot up the school.
Let's find out what the name of this school was.
Recently sent home from his Maryland school.
What? Was there a school shooting at that same school?
No, I'm sure isn't Maryland's a place? I mean, but when you search up Maryland's, there are multiple shootings at different Maryland's and Maryland schools. So this doesn't seem like a completely...
overreaction.
No. If anything, I think it's an underreaction. You should have shot that child.
Yeah, execute him.
Kill that child is what I would have done.
Games like Dodgeball, Red Rover, even Tag have all but disappeared. Too damaging to self-esteem or too violent.
Is Tag banned in America? Because I thought...
That is insane, obviously, right? Like, the way that boys learn is through ritual war. They need to have games like this allowed, obviously.
I thought Australia was like on the forefront of banning things. You know, we don't have guns, we don't have it. We still have Tag.
We play Tag. Tag is fucking awesome.
Fucking dangerous, dude.
I play right now. Look at that. No one's going to touch me.
So, apparently Tag is banned in some schools in America.
No.
What? It's very bizarre that you can...
Wait, Tag is banned at schools?
Disaster.
America's so fucking weird, dude. What is going on with this goddamn country? I know, I'm sure there's like 11 different reasons as to why it has to be done. I know, you guys are gonna fucking tell me all about it. My school banned hugging? What?
Perfect.
Dude, America's so strange.
Too much suing is probably the problem.
Valid reasons why Tag should be banned from schools. From the pinnacle of journalism, Gamesver.com. What is this?
Disaster. Potential to cause bodily
Harassment
harm.
and bullying?
Wow.
It just like doesn't make sense. You got Tag is banned, but guns aren't. Like, what the fuck's going on? You know? What is going on? Nobody thinks that's weird? Like, nobody finds that to be strange? We're just like, dude, we cannot have any bodily harm come on our children. Also, you know, you should be able to bring a gun to school, I think. I should be able to drive my gun to school. I should ride it. Tag wasn't in the Constitution, bro. What the fuck?
Have guns and then ban tag. So at least Australia is pretty consistent. It's like, we're going to ban all weapons. We're allowed to play tag, though.
One popular classroom guide suggests tug of war be replaced with tug of peace.
I mean, there's
Disaster.
still tugging.
They're still tugging.
We want the kids to tug.
What do you mean tug of peace even sounds worse? That sounds sexual. That sounds like
Tug of peace.
Tug of peace, kid.
Boys need to work off their energy. They need to be free to play games they enjoy. And keeping them cooped up and inside all day will not help them learn.
Red states aren't banning tag. Yeah, not on my cold, dead hands, brother. Let me tell you what. Red states ain't banning tag. They try to ban tag, I'll fucking come after you. I'll play tag, you're it. You know what you are? Dead. Okay?
I love the insinuation that keeping girls cooped up and inside it will.
Yeah, all of this stuff is really fucking stupid because, like, what does this have to do with girls, by the way? We have moved so far beyond, like what? Again, real issue with the way that our education system is structured devolves into, like, this is a war against men and boys that also famously, girls never will engage in. Yeah, red states, we don't play tag. We use guns to tag each other.
Perf. Exactly. That's exactly. Great job, Hassan. Disaster.
Them learn. Like, this is a girl thing.
They love cages.
They love being in prison. This is what girls. That's how girls learn.
In a cage.
You have to put them in a cage, and then they become smart. But boys, see, we're different. We enjoy being human beings.
Exactly.
These are our sons. These are the young men with whom our daughters will build a future.
Why does she have smallpox?
Because she's been cooped up in a cage forever. They've got like 10 girls to a little battery farm cage.
But they like that.
Yeah.
They like smallpox.
Not like boys.
If boys are in trouble, so are we all.
Well said, boy. What a well-spoken boy. Save your child's mind. When did we watch that?
I watched that.
You watched it without me?
Yeah, sorry.
You watched PragerU without me?
I wanted to save your mind, Alex.
Let's make men masculine again.
Rape, murder, war. They all have one thing in common. Men. Aggression, violence, and...
There's 0% chance she just started saying the conversation with rape, like saying that that's a good thing.
What is this?
There's no fucking shot. Is she about to say rape is good? Oh my God, please don't. What?
Ambition unchecked by conscience.
Ambition. That's what rape is.
Just ambitious. She's probably going to say something else, but that's insane.
All the stuff of...
She didn't say it. She said reap. It doesn't even work in that sentence, man. Reap what? Reap the rewards? You don't say that. No, I think that's what the fucking automatic CC assumed that's what she was saying. Okay? Because no one would be insane enough to say rape. She said rape.
Toxic masculinity, right? And the solution is obvious. Make men less toxic. Make men less masculine. Make men...
That's right. Exactly. Perfect solution.
More like women.
Yup.
It's just so funny because you're pointing out these...
That's how it is in schools in 2023. Not only in schools, basically everywhere. That's the modern societal narrative in 2023.
These obvious things that everyone hates. So sexual assault and like murder. Like, these are bad things. But then for some reason suggesting that you want to stop that is like, oh, so you want to get rid of all men.
It's a weird thing to just say as well that's inherent in men.
Yeah.
I don't want to murder anyone or rape anyone.
Because you're a woman. It's because you already got to you.
When you try to make men more like women, you don't get less toxic masculinity. You get more.
I'm so glad they showed the proof of the men-woman-o-meter.
Yeah, but I got confused because the meter kept going and went. She said more masculinity. If you try to stop it, you get more, but then it went to a woman.
Yeah.
And went into full woman, which would be no masculinity.
Yeah, I see. Look, I didn't go to pro-university. I don't actually know how to read that metric.
I thought that would mean the opposite, but...
Bad men don't become good when they stop being men. They
So
become
dumb.
good when they stop being bad.
That's what you said.
Yeah, but no one's arguing against that.
No.
Like, they're making up, they're pretending.
Yeah, this is not a real argument. That's like the entire point of it not being masculinity, but instead it being considered toxic masculinity. It is the toxicity that's a problem, not the masculinity that's a problem.
No, obviously, Hasan, the worst thing in the world and society is masculinity. Yeah, men have caused every problem that society's ever had, and no positives.
Except, of course, they don't care about the argument. They don't care that at the top of the hour there's a 3-minute ad break. They just assume, it'll come and pass. But it won't unless you subscribe. For $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime of the top of the hour ad break. Subscribe to avoid it. Or get gifted a sub. Here's the 3-minute ad break now.
That they've got someone to argue against.
Aggression, violence,
Primo!
and unbridled
Thank you for the
ambition
50.
can't be eliminated from the male psyche.
No, but you're the one who's claiming unbridled ambition is what's linked to sexual assault.
Okay, also, unbridled ambition is not like an inherently male quality.
I mean, it's more a male quality than a female quality. Certainly.
That's so fucking stupid.
Ambition is required by men in order to be successful. So I don't know what you're saying, Hasan.
All the crack.
All right. This, what a mess. Hasan. All right. Let's end the video there. Hit the like, hit the sub, hit all for notifications. Drop me a donation like Hunter M, Adrian Tom, and Bobby. Shoutouts to Bobby, most recent purchaser of my Patreon. Go to bit.ly/heliosbooks to buy my books. Shoutouts to Curry Kid, most recent purchaser of Strategist Guide to Seduction. My Patreon can be found at patreon.com/theheliosblog. Share this video. Support me on my podcast by clicking the description link and just scroll down to support the show. Thank you so much for listening, especially if you listen to the end. I really do appreciate it. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.